Black magic doesn't work on everyone. You can't manipulate someone else's life when they hold a certain spiritual rank. The intention for harm simply reflects right back to sender, and the energy boost you've sent them is metabolized to facilitate their evolution while you're still down bad. They're sending negative energy towards your downfall, not realizing that all that negative energy is just leveling you up. Shout out to B Dale. I'm gonna try to tag him in here because if y'all like my content, y'all will really like his too. That's basically what black magic witchcraft is when people send you negative energy. They use it to manipulate reality, to alter the reality for an outcome that benefits them. So basically, they're trying to play some type of god in your life. And there are different forms of black magic witchcraft. Witchcraft could be simply someone just cursing your name, like saying bad things about you, spreading lies and rumors, and or attacking you in a verbal way. That's one form. And that was one of the earliest forms I experienced, me growing up in my childhood. I was always a flamboyant person. I was always just a free spirit. But unfortunately, to my immediate family, it wasn't something that they approved of. How I lived, how I talked, how I walked, everything about me that I was happily shining and just living my authentic self and just being me. Very early on in my life, I've experienced a lot of homophobic slurs, a lot of verbal abuse, that was put on to me, to break my spirit and to keep me feeling low. They beat into me through these homophobic slurs and just through the bullying and the constant name calling and teasing to the point where it did break my spirit. I was in my childhood and I went through a childhood depression for most of my childhood, all the way up through my 20s, because they broke my spirit, through their words and through their cursing and just beating me down emotionally and mentally and spiritually. What will happen is the outcome that they wanted was to not see me in my light, to not see me happy, to not see me in a state of peace and joy. And it's because of their own unhealed wounds that they were dealing with. And so me being myself and my authentic self, it was ruffling their feathers. And this is how the opposition will use people, because the opposition will use people's unhealed trauma and wounds, emotional wounds, and they will use them to target other people who don't have those wounds, who is just living their life. And they'll use these people to pretty much attack you and try to kill, steal, and destroy your spirit. For a while that did work. That worked a lot. And it took until my 20s when I started to do the inner work and heal those wounds of mine, to where now the negative energy that they sent my way, it no longer works. Another form of witchcraft, black magic, is there are some people that you decide to realize that they're no good in your life, so you let them go. But some people, they're upset you let them go. They don't want you to, they just hold on. They just hold on to your energy. Or they know they did you wrong, but they don't want to admit to it, and they still want to just latch onto your energy. And so when you decide that you move on, they can't take that. So some people may go to practitioners, people who specialize in dark energy. They will pay these people or to get them to send negative energy your way. And how that shows up in your life, it shows up in a multitude of ways. They could be trying to attack your finances. They could be trying to attack your work. They could be trying to attack your family. And that shows up in many different ways, where they try to make your life so difficult and so terrible that you either give in and give them back access to your energy, or you come running back to them, or they hope that you just give up and you fail. The point of that black magic is they want to send all this negative energy your way to attack you, so that way you can lower your vibrations because you're a high vibrational person. So this happens a lot to me, whether I'm at a job and people don't like me and I'm just living my life, and they'll just try to go to these practitioners to make my life worse, and they'll send all this negative energy to me in hopes that it brings my vibrations down, because once your vibrations are low, then this is how the black magic can work on you. This is how witchcraft can work on you. Witchcraft is a low vibrational, it's very low vibrational. So it only works when you're operating in a low vibrational state of being. And so this is why it's so crucial and so important to continue to keep your vibrations as high as possible, because the black magic will not work on you. It can only latch onto low vibrational things. So if you're staying in a high vibration, what's it going to do? It's going to return to sender, whoever sent out that negative energy. But there are psychos, there are people who are delusional, there are people who are obsessed with you and your energy, and they don't want to let you go, and they will try to use these manipulation tactics in hopes that you can come running back to them, or in hopes that you fail because you're not in their lives anymore. Some of these people feel as though without them you can't live or you can't survive. So this is also why it's crucial to have a connection with God, because God already revealed to me who these people were. He already showed me who was doing all of this stuff to me. So he will warn you. He will let you know who it is, to warn you to stay away from them, to withhold your energy, to withhold your access from these people, because these people are dangerous and they're trying to harm you. So this is also why it's so important to go within and start to heal parts of you that are still unhealed. Heal the trauma, heal the pain, heal that dark side of you, your shadow side. Learn to work on that, so that way you can continue to raise your vibrations, because when you raise your vibrations and keep your vibrations at a high, in a high state of being, and you operate from the heart, and you operate out of love, and you continue to do these things that God wants us to do, you're going to be too high for this type of energy to affect you. It doesn't matter how many times they try to attack you. It doesn't matter how difficult they may make your life. They'll even try, some of these people will try to put love spells on you to where you become obsessed with them and you become addicted to them in hopes that you come running back to them. But again, if you have a connection with Source, God will show you these people and he will warn you. But these people got to realize you can't play with everybody. And it ultimately just benefits you, because now this dark negative energy that they sent your way, now it's being, as long as you stay in high vibration, you will be able to harness that energy and use it to evolve your spirit even more, make you even more high vibrational, make you even more loving, make you even more intuitive. The goal is always to stay in high vibration, so these low vibrational beings and these people, when they send this negative energy to you, it just will bounce back to them.